here it is at last, the Helios Tarot Forecast for the month, or Tarot Horoscope drawn specifically for your astrological zodiac sign. I'm B.R. Newman, in case you didn't know that already. Check out my website, iamhelios.com, through the link below, and consider everything that I have to offer there. Consider signing up to receive any number of the personal readings that I offer, or consider signing up to take a course. The choice is yours. There's a lot to explore there. Also consider checking out Annie Botticelli's Storyteller Forecasts to see the astrological side of everything you're going to see here. It's fascinating, I promise. So, okay, I guess we'll just jump right into it. Okay, Gemini, here is your 5-card tarot spread. Now, this is a kind of condensed Golden Dawn spread which uses 15 cards. In this case, we have 5. To a similar result. It covers the same material, the central theme, 2-dimensional timeline options, past section, and a fate section. In your central theme, you have the 7 of Swords. Now, the 7 of Swords, like all 7s in tarot, is associated with Sphyrith 7 on the Tree of Life, or Netzach. Now, this has to do with endurance, patience, and is sometimes equated to the harsh kindness of God. So what's that all about, this harsh kindness of God business? Well, that's just an obstacle placed before you temporarily. It allows you to build up potential energy so you can burst through it and then transcend effortlessly similar obstacles in the future. It's just strength building, character building. So in the case of the 7 of Swords, this is Sphyrith 7 as manifest through air, or swords. So in this case, this is a leap of faith, despite a sense of futility, despite feeling like it's hopeless. So this central theme, most adequately summing up or embodying the whole story arc of the tarot spread, is beckoning you to take a leap of faith. So look to your life to find the areas that feel most hopeless. Those are the areas that this tarot spread is speaking about. If it feels hopeless, but you feel still beckoned to do something about it, so not the areas of your life that you don't care about, the areas of your life that seem hopeless and you could really care less what happens to them. These are the areas that you're passionate about that feel like they're just not going to happen, like that they're just not going to work out, despite the fact that you may really want them to. So the passion here is the indicator. So the 2-dimensional timeline options here outline what you can do with it. On the one hand, you have the 4 of Cups. Now, the 4 of Cups, like all 4s in tarot, is associated with Chesed on the Tree of Life, Sphyrith 4. Now, as manifest through water, or cups in this case, this would be affection, devotion, tenderness received. So those are lovely, lovely descriptive words, aren't they? Tenderness, affection, devotion. So that's the experience of that. So this is the way in which your leap of faith is received. So already we can see that the universe is lining up situations right now to allow you to develop a little more faith in the universe, develop a little more faith perhaps in yourself, that you can take a leap of faith, you can trust yourself to take a leap of faith at the right time, and you can trust yourself to be caught, trust another to catch you, trust the universe to catch and support you, and so on. Okay, so on your alternative dimensional timeline, you have a similar experience. The Lover's card can be either the same kind of reception that you would receive on the 4 of Cups, the tenderness, the loving embrace, the affection, the devotion that you might already automatically assign to a card entitled The Lovers. But this could also allude to the experience of receiving a kind of alchemical ingredient. This deals with the fusion of opposites. So the shadowy facets of your life that you have considered already, as you consider the areas of life that the 7 of Swords would be hinting at, all imply some kind of remedy. The Lovers embodies that. So you see on both sides here, both sides of this leap of faith, you have a pretty positive reception awaiting you. So there should be plenty of incentive to actually take that leap of faith. And of course, you have to consider the foundation upon which you are standing, and the nature of the foundation, and what has inspired all of this, and has set all of this into motion. And that would be your past section, the Ace of Discs. So this is the primordial essence of Earth. So financial matters, material matters, resources, everything from the roof over your head and the money in your bank account to the cells in your body and the lifestyle that affects them. So this gives us a much better sense of what the central theme is talking about, the matters that this is most directly concerning. The areas that feel most futile and hopeless have to do, likely, with these material matters, financial matters, matters concerning resources and health and work and service and things of that nature. But the past section is not nearly as relevant or as important as the fate section. What is this all leading to? What must you prepare for? What is the whole experience of these 2-dimensional timelines preparing you for? So, in your central theme, of course, there's the experience of hopelessness, and you have to take a leap of faith despite that sense of hopelessness. If you do that, then it is well received, either through the experience of affection and devotion, or something similar to that experience, or simply the remedy to the situation that, of course, feels hopeless to begin with. But just around the corner, there's a whole other experience. The experience of the Eight of Swords, the Eight being associated with Hod on the Tree of Life, which is action taken from surrender and acceptance. So, of course, the call to take a leap of faith results, if you do take that leap of faith, in greater levels of trust in the universe and in yourself and in your resources, or whatever subjects, whatever facets of your life this may be relevant to. But the Eight of Swords eventually, hopefully, ideally, will result in your surrender and acceptance of the facts that are. So, as manifest through swords in this case, this is interference. This is a consistent, annoying presence that will persist until you let go. So the Eight of Swords will be, in one way or another, and you'll notice it, will be begging you to disengage, to step back, try something completely different. So it goes without saying, the Seven of Swords in your central theme does imply a bit of a sketchy situation, and the leap of faith that it calls for does not in any way include reanalysis or reassessment of your approach. It doesn't include any remapping, rethinking, re-strategizing. It doesn't include any modification of personal behavior or personal patterns, and it in no way includes severing yourself from methods that are no longer serving you. But the Eight of Swords absolutely does imply that. Stepping back, surrendering, trying something new, surrendering old methods that no longer serve you. So it's more than likely, whatever's happening here in the Seven of Swords is going to happen again in the Eight of Swords. Okay, so it's probably similarly rooted in the Ace of Discs, matters concerning finances, materials, resources, health, or work. When that does happen, the leap of faith is not necessarily appropriate. At that point, you should simply step back and completely surrender. So there is a difference between taking a leap of faith and surrendering. The surrendering does not engage the situation. The Eight of Swords does not intend an outcome. Through surrender, one simply removes oneself from the equation, at which point you can rethink your whole approach, because you don't want to keep facing that sketchy situation again and again. You don't want to have to keep taking a leap of faith. Yes, sure, it may turn out pretty well most of the time, but the times that don't turn out well simply aren't worth it. You don't need the ups and downs. You're looking for the middle way between extremes, something consistent and balanced, something you can rely on and build upon. So consider that. Yes, there's something to this whole experience of taking a leap of faith right now and the challenging situation at hand in whatever facets of life this challenge is occurring, and it's up to you to figure that out. That it is there for a reason. You are meant to have a greater sense of trust instilled in you. You're supposed to experience that, have that embedded in your muscle memory, but really, ultimately, this is leading towards the primary objective of Hod through air, which is surrender, disengaging. Because you're not going to need this interference anymore. You're not going to need this drama and this precariousness. There are more important matters upon which you should be focusing your intent and your gifts. You simply have bigger fish to fry, but it's all good for right now, so soak it up. Really thoroughly experience this as much as you can. Pay close attention, because there are miracles afoot. And that about wraps us up, so thank you so much for listening to this. Check out my website at the link below, IamHelios.com. Consider everything that I have to offer there. I'm offering readings right now. We can go so much deeper, take this so much further, taking a vast wellspring of resources into account. Of course, astrology and tarot, the I Ching, the Kabbalah, and cutting-edge science. There's so much to consider, and you can take this so far and do so much with it. So I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much.